Hey, 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 welcome back. I'm feeling nerdy today. I've got my glasses on. So, if you are back, you know what this means. It's the 60,000 word update for No Cure for Today. I'm late on the update, to be totally fair. It is actually 65,389 words. And yes, my head is stuffy, so my voice sounds weird. But yeah, we're at 65,000 words. Sorry, I'm a little late on the update this time around. It's actually been sitting at 65,000 words for about a week or two. I kind of reached that point and went, I need to make an update. And then kind of kept writing and then kind of reached a doldrum, and I'm still kind of in a doldrum. But I thought I needed to, finally do the update. So we're at 65,389 words in book 3, the final book of the planned trilogy, No Cure for Today. Don't panic, there are more books planned outside of the planned trilogy. So the main plot will end with the planned trilogy, but I've got plans for books outside with some of the other characters. Namely, right now, the Reaper is going to have their own story. Wow, I almost gave something away there, didn't I? The Reaper is going to have their own story. But yeah, so anyway, those of you who have been following along at this point, no, there's no news yet from the publisher. At this point, I'm wondering if I should send them an email and ask. I don't know what the protocol is here, but I'm tempted to do so, and I might do so. Just send them an email and, hey, haven't heard from you guys in 3 months now. Is there an answer? Do you know when I might get an answer? So if I do that and I get a response, I will let you guys know, of course. But at this point, there's just no news. And no news doesn't mean bad news, and it doesn't mean good news. It just means no news. So that's where we're sitting. My head's a little stuffy. My voice sounds a little weird. But I would like to read a snippet of book 3 to you guys. I want to read in chapter 16 because I love Taj. If you've been following along at this point, you know that Valens, when he returns in book 2, returns with 2 male mates in tow. He returns with Taj and with Jairus. We see a lot more of Jairus because Jairus is kind of the tempering, mellowing influence on Valens, and probably the mate that Valens is closer to and kind of naturally leans into more versus Taj. Taj is a little bit younger than Valens and Jairus, so that also kind of plays into it. But I love Taj. And I've kind of been holding Taj back. I haven't put Taj really in the forefront of the story. He's kind of been sitting there as like a, well, what's he doing here type of character. I promise there's a purpose for him. And I want to read you guys just the first bit of chapter 16 so you can see and get a hint of who Taj is and what he looks like and behaves like and is like in this kind of dynamic. And, lovingly enough, wonderfully enough, we also get Jevin. Because Jevin, and we love Jevin. So, I'm going to give you guys the first bit of chapter 16 of book 3. It's called Power Balance. Here we go. Taj pokes at the meal he'd chosen, sitting alone in the cafeteria. Valens is with Eaton, and Jairus had left for the day to do his real job as an art broker. The combination of these things leaves the youngest member of their trio alone, poking at the large bowl of pasta in front of him, lost in his own thoughts. Mind if I join you? Jevin's voice startles Taj, the green dragon standing behind the empty chair across from the other. Of course. Jevin sets his tray on the table and settles into the chair. He picks up his fork, staring into the salad he'd chosen for lunch. You and I haven't really gotten to officially meet or chat. I'm Jevin, Cyprin's first mate. Well met, Taj smiles. Taj, Valen's second mate. I know, Jevin smirks. You're the younger but the stronger of Valen's new bondmates. And while you're not as powerful as Valens, you're definitely more dangerous. Taj blinks. Doing some digging on me, huh? You being in Valen's life means you're in Cyprin's life, and I do my due diligence on anyone who might impact my mates. Jevin says it so lightly, so calmly, that it almost comes across as a compliment, especially anyone who might be considered dangerous. There's a long pause from the Black Dragon, then a light chuckle. I see. So you've been observing me at a distance to see if you were going to welcome me or find a way to remove me, and you've decided I'm okay to keep around. I have. Not that you had much choice in the matter. Jevin smirks, his green eyes meeting Taj's gray ones. Behind the green is a danger the likes of which Taj hasn't seen before, and it causes the Black Dragon to swallow. When Jevin speaks, his voice is dark and hard. Choice in the matter? Maybe not insofar as you bonding Valens, but insofar as your access to my mates? Yes, I did. Are you challenging me? Wouldn't dream of it. Jevin's smirk morphs back into a smile, his voice once again light, demeanor calm and friendly. But since you're going to stick around, I thought it was time we officially met. Had a one-on-one conversation, you know? Get to know each other a bit. I've already had the privilege of chatting with Jairus. Something flickers through Taj, a twist in his stomach, a flash up his spine. I thought Cyprin was the one I'd have to worry about. Don't judge a book by its cover, huh? That's what most people think. Jevin allows, letting his attention fall to his salad. Black dragons are much more intimidating than green dragons, after all, and I'm nobody of note. But of your trio, you're actually the most dangerous, aren't you? Taj smirks. So we're in the same position. Valens is the true king, Jairus is a dream weaver, I'm the nobody, but I'm the dangerous one. Cyprin is of the true king line, Cheyenne is of noble birth, you're the nobody, but you're the dangerous one. Jevin taps the side of his nose. Correct. Dangerous because we have nothing to lose. No, because we have things more important to us than a bloodline's reputation, Jevin shrugs. It's the difference between us and our mates. They have reputations to uphold. We have none, so we make our own. Taj snorts, but the smirk stays as he stabs at his pasta. Does Cyprin realize what he's got with you? Cyprin, bless him, knows what he needs to know. He's busy right now helping Cheyenne prepare for birth, so he's not focused outside. Jevin's gaze flicks back up to Taj from his salad. Does Valens know what he has with you? And that's where I'm going to stop. That's where I decided to stop for today. There's more, obviously. Taj and Jevin have an entire conversation where it becomes, I hope, very clear that they are very much alike. And I love Taj for the way that he accepts his, like, I'm kind of the nobody here, and yet I will be the one to put your butt in the dirt if I need to. So, Jevin being the same way. Jevin being the, ignore me until I'm pinning you to the earth. So, we've got these two, lower on the totem pole and yet more powerful dragons that are kind of finally meeting and deciding not so much pecking order, but more are we going to be allies or enemies? And ultimately, if you know anything about me, ultimately, they will end up as allies, but how and how that plays out and how that works in the grand scheme of the story, that you're going to have to read the book to find out. So, that is the update. That is 65,389 words into book 3. Book 1 is on the shelves. Well, on Amazon's shelves. So you can find it there. Book 2, I'm looking at probably, unless the publisher gets back to me and then we make a plan from there. If I hear nothing from the publisher, I'm going to get just a couple more beta readers, do a little more editing in book 2, and then we're looking at a winter 2025 release date for book 2, which will probably mean like late November, early December 2025. Wow. Release date? I'm going to time travel, y'all. Late November, early December 2025 release date for book 2. And then book 3 starts in the spring. So my plan is a winter 2025 release for book 2 and spring 2026 release for book 3. Book 3 brings it to the end. Its full cycle. It will start in the spring and end in the fall. In that tight little 1 year span. It won't go over multiple years like how book 1 did. So, or even book 2 went into a second year. So, that's all. That's it. I got my nerd glasses on. I'm going back to work. I'm actually going back to work on my real job. The one that pays the bills. I'm going back to work on my real job right now. But until then, until next time, I will see you. Because it is still, I promise, a world where there is, say it with me, you know it by now, no place like tomorrow. See you later, folks.